How long until we get to his estate?
We've been flying over his estate for the past 2 hours.
Hello, welcome to What the Flick. Christy Alonso playing catch-up with Ex Machina, which came out last week and is probably expanding elsewhere as we speak.
Yes.
Alonso will describe it.
Okay, so Domhnall Gleeson is a coder at a Google-like company, and he wins an office lottery to spend a week in the palatial estate of the reclusive owner played by Oscar Isaac. When he gets there, he finds out that Oscar Isaac actually brought him there to participate in a little experiment with a little bit of artificial intelligence that Oscar Isaac's character has created. And then things get interesting. Take a look.
It's good to meet you, Nathan.
It's good to meet you too, Ken.
This building isn't a house. It's a research facility. And I want to talk to you about what I'm researching.
You want to see something cool?
Hello,
Hi. Do you have a name?
Ava.
Answer me this. How do you feel about her?
Her AI is beyond doubt.
No, nothing analytical. Just how do you feel?
I feel that she's amazing.
Dude.
Do you want to be my friend?
Of course.
Will it be possible?
Why would it not be? Did you know that Nathan brought me here to test you?
Caleb, you're wrong.
Wrong about what?
Nathan, you shouldn't trust anything he says.
Does Ava actually like you? Or is she just pretending to like you? Self-awareness, manipulation, sexuality.
Are you attracted to me?
Now, if that isn't true AI, what is?
Caleb, there's something I want to show you.
Can we talk about the lies you've been spinning me?
What lies?
Today, I'm going to test you.
Why me?
Caleb, you have to help me.
Who's the real test?
You.
Is it strange to have made something that hates you? What will happen to me if I fail your test?
Best movie of the year so far.
I think so.
I loved it.
Yeah,
I loved
I think this and Clouds of Sils Maria.
Which I need to
think.
see still,
Yeah.
yes.
And we're going to do our best to not spoil,
Yeah.
because there's a lot going on here, and this movie goes in some really fascinating directions, so we're going to keep it vague
and
and
it keeps
broad.
changing and keeps surprising you.
Yes.
We can say that.
Definitely. It pretty much boils down to a three-hander between Gleeson, Oscar Isaac, and Alicia Vikander, who plays Ava.
Yes.
And they're all terrific. And one thing that I really noticed in the movie is, especially, I know I've seen Vikander in a few things, but this is I think the biggest impression she's made on me.
She was in Anna Karenina.
Right, and some other period stuff. Gleeson, I've seen in a couple movies that I didn't love. I saw him in Frank and was it In Time?
About Time?
About Time, one of those.
I liked him in that. He's sort of charming in that.
I liked him in those movies. I didn't like the movie so much. But what I'm noticing about him now is that he's one of those people who completely changes the way he looks from film to film, which I really admire in an actor when I don't just immediately recognize them.
He's doing a great American accent.
Totally, yeah. And then, but Oscar Isaac is also kind of turning into that actor, coming off of Llewyn Davis and Most Violent Year.
He can do everything.
Pretty much. This is the directorial debut of Alex Garland, who collaborated a lot with Danny Boyle. He wrote Sunshine. He wrote 28 Days Later, I think.
Yeah.
And this is, after M. Night Shyamalan sort of ruined it for a while, this is a movie that actually has genuine surprises that you don't see coming and that make complete sense when you think about what led up to them.
Right. He does a lot with mood very effectively, starting with the place where Oscar Isaac lives.
Yes.
And I want to live there, which makes me a horrible, cold, and soulless person. It's like this glass and concrete and steel compound built into the side of a mountain. You can only access it by a helicopter. It's like remote and chilly and industrial and precise, and I love it.
I want the kitchen, if nothing else.
I want the whole thing. I want the stairway. It's just beautiful. And so it totally fits with his enigmatic personality as far as you know, he is this genius, but no one really knows him, and he's by himself out there.
And the way that, and then this is very early in the movie, like when he first meets Gleason's character, he's so trying to be like a bro, and it's so creepy in the way that he's not quite nailing it, and you
It's
can
awkward.
it's just this sort of weird kind of put on thing, and so just immediately you're sort of on your guard of like, why am I here? What's the deal with this guy? Why am I in this gorgeous but very remote and very, you know, austere location?
Yeah, and the way he appears when you first see him, he's working out really vigorously.
Yes.
And you realize that it's a pattern of him getting wasted night after night and then working out the next day to purge it.
Right.
And you don't know what that is about. And
Yes.
it reveals itself and it becomes a really important plot point. And again, it's hard to talk about.
Right. I will say this movie explores a lot of really interesting ideas about humanity, about technology, about the dangers of technology, about megalomania. You know, it called to mind a lot of other films, but I'm not going to cite them because that in itself might constitute a spoiler. But you know, yeah. But the mood is fascinating. The story, like I said, goes in unpredictable directions, and is about something in a way that you know is a nice cherry on top.
The score, production design,
the production design
costumes, it's exquisite.
Yeah.
And just every detail is so beautifully and precisely thought out. I kind of loved it, and I wish we could talk more about it. Just trust us on this. That you'll be glad we didn't tell you anything.
Yes, and maybe when the DVD comes out, we'll do
talk
like the
about
spoiler
it.
one.
But if it's anywhere near you, please go see it because it really is just like far and away the best movie that's out there right now so far this year. As we head into the summer, which you know is all the big mindless spectacle stuff, this is really thought-provoking. And very clever and very intense, and I could not stop thinking about it for a long time afterwards.
It's the kind of movie that you'll have very animated conversations about afterwards.
So what's your number then?
I give it a 9.1. It's definitely one of the best films I've seen this year so far.
9.8 for me. So we are at extremes here. I gave Paul Blart Mall Cop 2 a 0. Ex Machina gets a 9.8. So it's a strange week. So our average is a 9.5. It is at 89% on the tomato meter. So go find it. Bye.